Moria and I are back with a brand new episode of Football United. Another week which promises to be a lot of fun because we've got two very special guests joining us on this one.
You know the Avengers, this is this, and we got Hulk, we got Suresh.
Please don't put me in trouble. Don't shake hand with Sandesh bhai. If he put his hand first, only then shake. Then just do like this and go.
Relax, don't open your mouth. I'm not saying that one.
From that day, he called me cockroach. From that day.
See, I told you it's going to be a lot of fun. Sunil Chhetri Suresh Wangjam coming up shortly on Football United. But there have been some movement as far as transfers and signings are concerned. Chennai FC Moria have been busy. Narayan Das, somebody who's already played 100-odd ISL games, has been signed by them, and so is Salam Ranjan Singh. So trying to strengthen that defense.
Absolutely. BFC have also been fairly active in the transfer market. Rohit Kumar's moved there.
Yeah.
And Gabonese defender King, he has extended the contract. So BFC also setting their house in order. I'm guessing a lot more signings will happen in the weeks to come.
Yeah, speaking of BFC, obviously, as you saw a little while ago, Sunil Chhetri and Suresh Wangjam spared some time to talk with Moria and myself. And I can assure you, there's never been an interview like this ever before. Two gentlemen who are fresh of signing contract extensions with Bengaluru FC Moria. It's an absolute pleasure once again, guys.
Absolutely. Sunil bhai, before we start, one thing I want to know, which year did you sign your first professional contract?
2002.
Suresh, how old were you?
2 years.
Was there any doubt ever about the contract extension?
From my side, no. I did read about few things here and there, but from my side, the only thing why I was taking time was there was a lot of things going around. I think we did not have a very pleasant season, to say the least. We weren't doing well, and that is the reason why I did not want to speak about the contract. And that's why probably there was a little bit noise here and there, but in my head, I did not have any doubt.
You like following Sunil bhai to the gym and copy everything that he eats. That's the news doing the rounds these days. But how did you decide to extend? What were the reasons? Were there any other offers that you had to reject along the way?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me here. And regarding the contract, my agent contacted me and you were discussing some offers. But, in my head, I was not thinking too much. Just one thing, first time when I was joining BFC, it was very hard decision to join BFC. But this time, it was not like the previous one. It was an easy decision to join because I think it's the right place for me to grow and become a better player.
And Sunil bhai, Suresh is such a lovely young boy. What impresses you the most about him?
It's a crazy need of improving and learning. I've seen a lot of young kids who came from under 17. Few of them I saw in my own team, few of them I saw in the national team, but this boy, that's what sets him apart. And it's not a coincidence that in the last 5 games for the national team, he has played all 5 of them. It is something that I haven't seen in the last 17 years that I'm playing for my country. When a young kid comes in, he probably has to wait for his chance for a long, long time. I mean, his mentor, Gurpreet Sandhu, jokingly says that he had to wait 6 years to get his first 11 jersey.
What impresses you the most? What are some of the things that you learned from Chhetri bhai the most? And is he very strict with you?
There's lot of things to learn from him. Like even in the training, he wants to win every training session, and he's like everyone's talk like he's 36 years old, but still he works very hard. Sometimes when I do core with him, I get tired, and he still goes on.
Imagine if you were giving this advice to a 20-year-old Sunil Chhetri, would it be any different?
I would probably give myself a different advice because I know what panned out. I know what mistakes I did. I know what works for me now. But this boy is far ahead of a 20-year-old Chhetri.
Suresh, you made your debut for the national team. How was that? How was that feeling? You've obviously played for the under-17s and the junior teams, but how was it playing for the national senior team?
I was so happy, because I was not thinking, I would get in the starting 11 for the qualifiers, but I want to say thank you to the coach also for believing me and giving me the opportunity.
This camp that he's talking about, I think from our club, me, Rahul and Udanta were in call. Yeah, I was under COVID and I was just this boy. This is a good story.
Okay, come on.
This boy goes to the
There was
camp.
mistake, man.
No.
There was
I'm not,
mistake.
hey, relax. Don't open your mouth. I'm not saying that one. This is life.
Is it that one also?
No, we want to hear both ones.
Okay, relax. It's a very good story, man. So he goes to the camp. Of course, when he goes to the camp, he doesn't know whether he's going to be in the 23 or 28 or the coach is going to sack him or take him. After 4 days, he realized that he might start against Oman. And before the game, probably coach had a word with him and told him, you know what, tomorrow, kid, you're going to start. So this boy calls me on FaceTime. All right? So I never do FaceTime. So he calls me and I said, wow, there must be some problem in the camp. Why would he call me? He'll text me if something, you know? Even Groupie doesn't call me on FaceTime. Nobody calls me on FaceTime. Who calls anyone on FaceTime? He calls me on FaceTime. I'm like, something must be wrong. So me and Sonam were having food. And I picked up, he's like, I want to tell you something, Chhetri. I was thinking, something wrong happened or, you know. And like, tomorrow I'm going to start and I'm so happy. And I just want to tell you this, that. And me and Sonam were looking at each other like parents, you know, the kid has gone to UK to study. And the kid is saying, you know what, I got selected in something. And she's looking at me and I'm looking at her. And I'm like, wow, it's a nice thing. That was the good part that I was telling you. And the one
Now the other.
So in the camp, this guy goes and
Chhetri bhai, please, they will come out in the rumors, you know, with Chhetri bhai told me. Please.
Look, if the story is not good, we'll edit it, Suresh. Don't worry.
So what happened was, he goes and plays against Oman and he gives an interview. So I did not see the interview. I tried to restrain from social media. Rahul Bige saw the interview and after a good performance against Oman, him and Apuya, these two young kids were being interviewed and they said, you know what, we played well, this, that. And this is the new India. And we did well, this, that. And Rahul is furious because Rahul is not there, Udanta is not there, and I'm not there. Rahul is asking me, wait, what do you mean by new India? We weren't there, what do you mean by new India? So then he showed me first. Rahul showed me that, bhai, what is he saying? Hamare peeth ke piche ki new India hai, they're going to make a new team, now this is the new way. That was the funny bit.
No, there's another story. There's another story which Gurpreet Singh Sandhu told me about. Is that how he tricked him into believing that everybody who's senior in the team has to be respected. No handshakes are allowed. The hand should only be behind. Suresh, what is this all about? Tell us.
No, till now I was thinking like, Sandesh bhai, I feel scared to miss Sandesh bhai because when I went for the first time in the camp, Ruby bhai told if Sandesh bhai don't shake hand with Sandesh bhai, and if he put his hand first, only then shake, then just do like this and go. So he came in the airport. Then I don't know what Sandesh bhai must be thinking. Like even he must be thinking like, yeah, this kid is acting too much because even me, I was not giving my hand because I thought like what Ruby bhai told me. Then Sandesh bhai gave me his hand. Then even I gave.
But clearly you've learned the most from Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. I mean, the entire social media is a buzz with your relationship with GSS. What is this relationship, Suresh? Why is it so special? What is this whole father-son thing? I think this is your chance to tell everybody watching Football United.
My first game was against Odisha, and we won the game 3-0. But again, the coach put me in the starting 11 against Hyderabad, and the thing was I gave a penalty. It was 0-0 and I gave a penalty and in my mind it was like, you know, it was my first game and I was very young also, and I was thinking like, next game I'll be out. I was thinking like that because if they scored a goal, then if we lose, then, you know, I was so scared. But the good thing was Gubibai came to me and he hugged me and he told, no problem, you can make a mistake. And the good part was he saved the penalty and I was so happy, and I still remember Chhetri bhai also was there. We went to hug him and we won the game 1-0. So from that onwards he started calling me son, but to be honest, like he really I don't know is the right words to say act, but he really act like my father, because sometimes when I even Chhetri bhai also, even when I eat something like that sports bar which includes sugar, they just take it, you know, like how the parents take it from the kids.
Gurpreet is the one probably. I think there's a nice change now. I think a lot of dressing room is held by Gurpreet at our club. So he's the one who does all this pulling leg and stuff like that. And all of them look up to him. And he does a really, really good job.
And Suresh, before I let you go, if you were to pick between Udanta, Sunil Chhetri and Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, who are you picking?
Please don't put me in trouble because
You've got to ask the nation is watching.
No, I think the safest bet.
That's the worst question I have to answer.
Pick Gurpreet. Otherwise, he'll kill him.
Are you picking your
but-
father then, Suresh?
No, Gurpreet bhai, I don't know, he may get angry or not, but he's very funny guy, because one day in the interview, the thing was that media also, he was asking me about Chhetri bhai. Then, sometimes because sometimes I get nervous in the interview. So first when I was room partner with him, he was giving me some roll oats. Before I used to eat just a normal oats, but he used to give me roll oats, peanut, then some stuff, for my supplement. Then by mistake, like I was saying, I took Chhetri bhai name. Then he called me in the bus. He told in his mess up that I want to dusra naam, like he was telling me that way, He's very funny and very nice guy, man.
I still remember that incident, So what happened is generally a young kid will not be room partner with a senior one.
Yeah.
But Gurpreet, what he did was he took him under his belt and he took him to his own room, and they were room partner for 1 month. So all this gluten-free oats and nuts before training, and have this and have that. So all this thing happened, and this guy was enjoying and grasping the knowledge. And one interview came and probably he asked him about me. He started saying about me, and in the bus in the evening, "Acha, तेरे खाना मैं दूँ, तो सारे knowledge मैं दूँ, और तू जाके नाम उनका ले."
Yeah, that's the words. That's the words he was telling me.
Whole 2 days it went. कि तेरे को जा, तू 1 नंबर का वो निकला, तेरे को सब कुछ मैं दूँ,
No,
knowledge
from-
मैं दूँ,
no,
तू जाके नाम उनका ले.
From that day, he called me cockroach. From that
And sadly, with a very heavy heart, we've come to the end of another episode of Football United. With that Suresh and Sunil interview, you just wanted it to carry on and on. But unfortunately, we have to take a pause here, Maurya. We'll see you guys next week. Don't forget, #Football United to tell us if you liked the episode and why. But until the next one, from both of us, it's goodbye.